apparently there's a bill being announced in the Senate, for the United States at least, to ban loot boxes and pay-to-win mechanics. Now, I'm one to have listened to many Angry Joe Show rants, and many Boogie rants, and many Game Grumps rants about pay-to-win mechanics and loot boxes, and as well as my own. But I guess Senator Josh Hawley today announced plans to introduce the Protecting Children from Abuse of Games Act, which would target the exploitation of children through pay-to-win and loot box monetization practices by the video game industry, according to a summary released by his office. As outlined, the bill would mirror the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act in applying to games targeted at those under the age of 18, and games with wider audiences whose developers knowingly allow minor players to engage in microtransactions. Under the bill, such games would not be allowed to have loot boxes defined here as microtransactions offering randomized or partially randomized rewards to players. And the language there starts getting really specific and eerily mirrors what's happening in the UK and other areas that have, well, maybe not the UK, England, not even England, but in Europe, with some countries considering or having put in place bills effectively saying you can't have, if you're gonna sell a game, you can't have loot boxes or pay-to-win mechanics built into it. So, what do you guys think? I mean, it was only a matter of time before it hopped across the pond back over to here, and for the longest time there have been so many rants going on of saying, can these game developers figure out a smarter way to create a good quality game and not have to suck additional pennies out of players' pockets just for the sake of padding theirs? I mean, provide me with some value. I don't want pay to win. I don't want, okay, to some extent, loot boxes, but I know that the reason why I'm going for loot boxes here is for the aesthetics, the cosmetics, as it were. It's not going to give me any advantage in winning. All it really does is give me bragging points among my friends, and if I'm part of a community of gamers who happen to also play that game, I can sit there and I can say, yeah, I got this skin back in Season 1. It's super rare now. Well, that's why I'm wearing it, because I like this skin. And it goes on. They go, wow, you've been playing for a long time. That's really all it is. So, the bill summary also takes aim at so-called pay-to-win mechanics that manipulate a game's progression system to introduce players to spend money, or which alter the competitive balance between players of multiplayer games. The FTC and state attorneys general would be able to enforce the law. So, in a statement, Hawley said that when a game is designed for kids, game developers shouldn't be allowed to monetize addiction. And when kids play games designed for adults, they should be walled off from compulsive microtransactions. Game developers who knowingly exploit children should face legal consequences. In a statement, the ESA noted that numerous countries, including Ireland, Germany, Sweden, Denmark, Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom, determined that loot boxes do not constitute gambling. We look forward to sharing with the Senator the tools and information the industry already provides that keep the control of the in-game spending in parents' hands. Parents already have the ability to limit or prohibit in-game purchases with easy-to-use parental controls. So, it's interesting. It goes on to explain a little bit more. I guess back in September of last year, Washington State joined with 15 foreign countries in a declaration expressing concern with the risk being posed by the blurring of lines between gambling and other forms of digital entertainment such as video gaming, which can very easily lead to addictions.